Hello, everybody. Welcome to. I don't know why I'm speaking in a weird German accent. Welcome to the Northern Film Review. Today we are very hot and sweaty, and we're going to be talking about the 74th Cannes Film Festival, all the way in France. We'll be talking about the winners. We'll be talking about the losers. We'll be talking about how we don't know any of these films, and we'll be talking about international film festivals as a vibe, as a topic. My sort of hot take on film festivals for beginning filmmakers and stuff like that, and does it actually get you somewhere in the film industry? Who really knows? So yeah, hopefully you enjoy.
The Northern Film Review, with your hosts, Oliver Ellis and Luke Simpson.
So yes, hello Luke, how are you?
Very warm, like you said in the introduction. We've been hit by a massive heat wave, which is just the worst thing for us Brits.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's not that hot. I'm saying that as it gets hotter in other places, but we just like to complain about it a lot, and we're not really used to the weather. Because I think as British people love talking about the weather, but we, if you go to America or Canada, they have air conditioning in their houses. It's like a big staple of how they live, and we don't have that. We just have fans in our rooms. I don't know why we don't have air conditioning in Britain. Really, it would be quite good if we did. I don't think lots of Europe has it, but
I just have a door open and a window open. Don't even have a fan here.
My room gets very warm because it's a very small room, and I have lots of electronics charging in there. And I have lots of sort of like padded stuff in there and all sorts, and it just makes me very warm all the time. So
I was gonna say it's my first time recording with my new setup. I've just moved flats, so it's
new
setup. We love to see it.
Well, not to see it, but to hear it.
To hear it.
So, yeah, as it's warm here, I would imagine it's also warm in France, where the Cannes Film Festival is held every year, which is interesting because they're French.
You love your French people, don't you?
I love French people. It's true. I watch a lot of French films for some reason. Well, I not for some reason. I watch a lot of French films because I like dramas, and I like sort of like culturally interesting dramas. So we did it on the podcast, but Portrait of a Lady on Fire is really good. Celine Sciamma, one of my favourite film directors, if not my favourite, and I'm writing my dissertation on one of the films as well. So I like French cinema, and I think French people make it a good film. Which I think is quite good and all that. But they also, they have this big festival, the Cannes Film Festival, which is like, if you go for, because you did the Oscars, which was one of our favourite podcasts we did, and we sort of reviewed the films, and people often go, well, what are big sort of film award ceremonies? What are big film festivals? You go, well, you go Sundance, and you go the Oscars, you go the BAFTAs, maybe London Film Festival, and stuff like that. And then you sort of go like, well, okay, those are the big ones. We don't really know what anyone else. But then there's Cannes, which is really quite big, and is apparently the nicest sort of like film festival to go to, because it's like super sort of boutique. It's like a boutique film festival. If you ever look at,
I'll say the area of Cannes is very boutique as well.
Yeah, definitely. If you ever look at like pictures of the Cannes Film Festival, there's sort of like these really big, luxurious red carpets, and there's sort of there's lots of wonderful dresses and sort of like, and you can just Google search it. You've got this sort of huge staircase of people coming in and out of the Cannes Film Festival. And sort of like armoured guards and all sorts of stuff like that. And it is definitely the sort of the magnum opus for lots of magnum opus of lots of film people, and they want to get their film put into the sort of the Cannes Film Festival. And often people go like, well, it's very much the sort of the more culturally significant film festival. Well, I wouldn't say culturally significant, but sort of like if you're into the art of like filmmaking or something like that, you're far more interested in the films that premiere at the Cannes Film Festival than you might be at the Oscars, for example. So it's definitely an interesting blend of films, and I think we've all probably seen a couple of Cannes Film Festival, you know, people who've won at the Cannes Film Festival, because lots of sort of stuff like that. But it's often sort of foreign films and stuff like that win. But you know, it tends to be like French films, sort of Korean films that will win these sort of things, and you know, lots of times British speaking films don't really win that often. So, you know, Parasite has won the main award, which is, you know, just good stuff. And lots of stuff like that, you know, you see like, oh, that's a, you know, fantastic film. And Moi, the Pianist, Fahrenheit 9/11. Well, you know, these are English speaking films, I suppose, but
Pulp Fiction as well.
Pulp Fiction, yeah. But these are sort of the standout ones, I think. And I think it's probably a bit of off topic, but I remember just sort of Harvey Weinstein was a big, goer to the Cannes Film Festival, which is, you know, it is what it is. But it's, apart from that, it's sort of a really wonderful festival that lots of people sort of dream of. And I remember one of my lecturers going, well, I really enjoyed going to the Cannes Film Festival, and he went to a screening once that like it was just him and the director in the room, and they were just watching this film, and it was quite sort of you know, it's interesting to go to, I'd imagine. But yeah, so like we said, there's lots of winners at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's sort of like the I'll go from like the short film, best film, jury prize, whatever, all the way up to the Palme d'Or, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Palme d'Or.
Palme d'Or, which is like the top notch, the top vibe, the top thing, the best film of the Cannes Film Festival. And forward, I haven't seen any of these films, and I don't think so. And I don't think I will for a while, to be honest with you, because
unless it's out on Mubi.
Yeah, unless it's out on Mubi, which I doubt, because there's only one US film here, and that was Best Actor. So the best short film was All the Crows in the World by Tang He. And then best first film is Marina from Croatia, and it's Antone. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Antone Kustajevic. Jury prize. That was by Ahid Ni, which is from Israel. And then you got best screenplay, which is Drive My Car, which is a Japanese film. And then you've got best actor, Night Tram, which is Caleb Landry Jones. Which is interesting. Best actress is goes to film Worst Person in the World, which is a Norwegian film. I might want to watch that. Antoinette wins best director. I think I've heard of that film. Have I heard of that film? I don't know. Let's look it up. But yeah, so as you can see, lots of no, I haven't seen that film at all. It's got the guy from Star Wars in it, though. You know, the bad guy in the newer films. Adam Driver, that's it.
Is Adam Driver in it?
Yeah, man. Weird. The more you know. See, the Cannes Film Festival is. I think he's won quite a bit actually. At the Cannes Film Festival before, and he got the Grand Prix prize, which goes to A Hero, which is an Iranian film. So lots of sort of weird European films there, and then there's sort of the Palme goes to Titani, by Julia Docheren. I'm really bad at pronouncing these, but I just physically can't pronounce them. And I feel bad for pronouncing poorly, but it's the best I can do. And I watched the trailer for Titani, and it's got a lot of naked women in it for a trailer, because it's like literally like all of the there's so many blurred stuff in it. I was like, there must have been other stuff in the film that you could have put in here. That you didn't have to say
that's your cup of tea, there, isn't it?
Thanks, Luke. It's not. It's being idiotic. But yeah, it's it's like a body horror thriller, which definitely looks interesting when you look at the trailer for it. And again, literally all these films either been just shown at the Cannes Film Festival, or you'd have to pay like £20 for a DVD to be shipped to you, and I'm perhaps not really interested in that as an idea yet. Maybe it will be in the sort of future and be like, wow, this film is just amazing. I'm going to watch that. And there's sort of like mixed reviews on this film, and sort of like Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that. And it's sort of like middling to fair reviews of sort of like, well, it's alright, I suppose. But there are some very good reviews. I think looking at the initial sort of like Google reviews, it's like a bunch of like 5-star reviews and like loads and loads of 1-star reviews. But are the
1-star reviews like English people just going, oh, I can't understand it because it's French?
I don't know. Well, like I'd imagine the people who've seen this film really want to see this film. So yeah. I'm not sort of I'm a bit confused about it. I mean, maybe when I watch it I'll be like, wow, this is just immense. But it's all about like, sort of like cars and stuff by the what it looks like, and it's sort of Julia Docheren Palme d'Or winning film is A Nightmarish Yet Mischievous comic barrage of sex, violence, lurid lighting, and pounding music. And just kind of what makes me think of this is like, is this kind of like an artsy oh god, what's that film series about with the all the cars? Fast and Furious is like an artsy Fast and Furious, which comes to my mind. And I'm like, well, maybe. And I really hate Fast and Furious. So maybe I do want to have a artsy version of it.
Well, from what you described with it, you said it's got a bit thrillerish, bit goryish, bit bloody, bit raunchy and stuff like that. It's what lots of French New Wave is about, though, isn't it? It's kind of that style, isn't it?
Wow, I disagree with that.
I was going to say, but like they start. There's a lot of films though throughout the years that have that style to it. Like a few that come to mind, like Martyrs is one of them. That was the start of it. If you don't know if you've seen it at all, but that kind of it's that same colour, it's the same kind of goriness to it and stuff like that. And it's one thing that came to my mind, but that's my opinion. But
yeah, well, French New Wave is kind of about the sort of the complex storylines, and it's not really sort of. I think it's more sort of like Italian slasher films of like the 1980s and stuff like that, which is maybe it's more towards, and maybe it kind of looks visually. Who did Uncut Gems? The writers of and directors of Uncut Gems, who were sort of very similar. Yeah, Safdie brothers. That's it. So it's similar to that in style, I think. And it, maybe when it comes out in Britain or comes out in cinemas, probably won't come out in cinemas, but if it comes out on, it feels like
Movie.
an Amazon Prime film, to be honest with you. We'll give it a watch. Maybe we'll review it because we obviously we reviewed Parasite and we really enjoyed that, and that was 2019's winner. Obviously there wasn't one last year, but
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So yeah, we'll have to review it. But I think that perhaps brings us onto the standing of film festivals as a whole. I think we've discussed this in a quite a bit, and I think maybe this might be sort of a debate episode like we did with the the Avengers and Martin Scorsese episode we did it with our friend Luke, but sort of the film festival sort of circuit is sort of it's a weird one really, because often you'll have to pay to be in film festivals, which is sort of a complicated thing to discuss, because it's like, on the one hand, film festivals are not really getting that many people coming to the festivals themselves, so they need to make some sort of money from it, and also perhaps to stop people just randomly submitting rubbish and all that sort of stuff. But I often think that the sort of the film festival model that is currently sort of upheld within lots of filmmaking circuits and stuff like that is kind of poor. And if you're a beginning filmmaker, you're gonna have to pay like upwards of like £100 to enter one film festival. So you might find a producer who would want to develop this into a
full length,
into a feature film. Yeah, exactly. And I think that is unfortunate on its own, and it's often you're taking this gamble of whether you're going to submit this film, which already costs lots of money to make, to then submit to film festivals, so you might get a chance to make it into a feature, or win prizes, or win money or whatever. Which is
I was gonna say, and you pay to get yourself into the festival. Or no, you don't pay to get into the festival. You get paid to be nominated for the festival. You don't necessarily get into the festival. You pay to have the chance of getting into the festival, which
exactly. Yeah. It's not a guaranteed chance.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed. It's like, I think we were in a lecture in our second year at uni, and it was this girl was trying to get her short film into festivals, and I think she had about at least 50 festival possibilities to get into, paid for each one and stuff like that. I only managed to get into like 2 or 3 of them. So it's a big. You need to be confident that your film is the best it could be to be able to get it into a festival circuit.
But I think, and also with the sort of, it does sometimes work getting these getting these short films into festivals, because I was watching a film on Mubi, weirdly enough, called Shiva Baby, and it's about sort of this or Shiva Baby. It's about this sort of like Jewish woman who is at like a Shiva, which is like a Jewish funeral. Even though it takes place over 7 days, it's just sort of it's just showing you one. And that was originally a short film, but it was originally a short film created at university or college. And then was submitted into film festivals, and then was developed by a producer who saw the short film, and then made it into its own thing, which I think is interesting. And had a very small budget as well, with lots of sort of big name actors in it, and stuff like that. $200,000, which I think is probably one of the few successes of it. And I think I think stuff like Cannes Film Festival, which is sort of an international film festival, often to get into these festivals, it'll have to be sort of like you're coming from a studio it'll be like the studio connections with the festival that are putting it in, that are sort of doing it. But yeah, I don't know. It's sort of it's a confusing sort of treacherous territory, really. Getting into film festivals.
Say one of the English language films that was in the circuit for the Cannes Film Festival was the French Dispatch by Wes Anderson, his new one, and that managed to get like a 9-minute standing ovation for its after its showing, which is pretty ridiculous, and the longest of the evening. So, but I don't think it managed to win anything though, did it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It might have done. I think they do sort of a bunch of smaller prizes, but the major ones I don't think he did.
No.
Which is a shame, really. And also, I think another thing about what I find annoying about film festivals sometimes is the fact that they'll get portrayed at this film festival, and I'm like, wow, I really want to watch that film, like Titany. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. And I'd be like, wow, I really want to watch this film. And there's just nowhere to be, like, found. You know, I've literally looked up Titany, where to watch, and the first result is 1, 2, 3 movies. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. You know, you wouldn't steal a car.
Yeah.
It's quite annoying, really. And I want to watch this film. It's like, it doesn't seem to be on Amazon.
Its Wikipedia page is not long at all. It's not even a quarter of a page.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Maybe we're just sort of, I don't know. Maybe the Cannes Film Festival isn't as big. Maybe it's on, like, you know, French Netflix, or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't have French Netflix, so
you can get a VPN. Wink, wink.
Here's our sponsor, Nord. No, we don't. Not
Yeah.
NordVPN. But you know, I think that's yeah, it's literally, you can't find it anywhere, apart from 1, 2, 3 movies. Don't use that though. But it's, you know, I like the idea of going to film festivals like Cannes. I think if I was ever invited to go to Cannes Film Festival, I'd be like, wow, this is amazing.
Well, I think we have it's not Cannes, but I think part of the film school you have the opportunity to you had the opportunity to go to a couple.
Yeah,
there was one in like Poland, but I think because it's all the COVID jazz, we couldn't. But I think there was one in Poland that we had the opportunity. We would have had the opportunity to go to. There was maybe Berlin. We might have had the chance to go to. There's a few part of the university. They had connections at these certain film festivals, and we would have had the opportunity to go to them.
Yeah, and you know, that would have been quite nice. I think to be able to go abroad to go to one of these film festivals. And I think perhaps a missed opportunity for us. Which I don't know. I don't know whether I am ever going to go to one of these film festivals. I've sort of maybe we will eventually.
I think one of my aspirations is I would love to go to Sundance because it's one of my favourite film festivals. That it visually looks really good and just looks like a great time as well.
Yeah, nice and snowy.
That's one of the nice and snowy in the mountains. It just looks great, and it would be one of the one thing I would love to do as a film student or a person who wants to work in film is to go to that festival.
Yeah, I think so. And I you know, oftentimes I'll invite like sort of YouTubers to go for some reason, and have a fun time there. So if we ever get big on YouTube,
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
yeah. All of our you know, few viewers. If you're from Sundance and you're listening, come out.
All 10 of our viewers.
You know, not 10. When we used to be on radio, there's a lot more. We have loads of listeners. It's mostly just me replaying it, but you know, it's yeah. I don't know. I've got nothing else to say about it really. I think it's if we were able to watch these films, and maybe I think sometimes they allow you to buy like an e-ticket to these festivals, which I might.
Yeah, but that's not the same though, is it?
No.
I think a a film festival, the whole experience and why you pay that money is to go to them and meet fellow film enthusiasts that pay good money to go to these festivals. And I think that's the whole point of it, is to talk to fellow people, to be in that surrounding area and feel the vibe of the people. And I know it sounds pretentious, but it kind of, that's the whole point of a film going experience. Like I find going to the cinema better than watching film at home, because you have if you go at a good day and people who like it, it's that whole experience of being in a big room with a big screen with lots of big sound system, and you're just enthralled with the with the viewing. Enthralled. I don't know I don't know what state it is.
No, I like the word enthralled. It's
but it's like you're in the zone, and you've got. It's just a better viewing experience, and that's why I think, same with film festivals. Rather than going to e-ticket and it's just you on your computer watching it, it's not the same as being in Sundance, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, and I think I definitely get that. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever buy an e-ticket to a film festival. No. I often think about organising like a film festival for the Northern Film School, but that sounds like a lot of effort.
Yes.
And I think
you have to find actual people who want to show their films, and then get tickets, find a venue.
Well, you could just
awards.
You could do it at the university, though, couldn't you? It'd be like, well, hey, I want to use the big cinema you have here, and everyone's invited. That sort of thing. Maybe like a secret cinema film festival type thing. I mean, I for our sort of like our final films this year, we kind of that would have been nice to have like showings of all the films, and I only saw a bunch of them because I had watched them in the Google Drive and they weren't being actually showed, which is unfair. But the big cinema now, we could watch it maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's all we've got to say on the topic of the Cannes Film Festival. Not a lot about the Cannes Film Festival, as we can't watch the films, and it's just kind of a film festival. And it did actually happen in person. I have no idea. It might have done. We probably should have figured that out before.
Well, no, yeah, because the French Dispatch got a big ovation for it.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
I mean, not to brag, but I've actually still.
Oh, he's cut out now. Whatever he's done has been got to be quite interesting.
I was on the red carpet.
You were on the red carpet of Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah, I was indeed.
Are you the best dressed? I mean, I've literally I had this tab open and I wasn't going to talk about it, but the best dressed at Cannes Film Festival is a whole thing, and there's currently a woman who looks like, she's from The Little Mermaid. It's quite amazing.
Was she wearing a pink top and an orange?
No, I'll send you a picture after. It's very, very weird.
Because Tilda Swinton looks ridiculous.
Yeah, she does. With the sort of the golden arms, the blue suit. It's interesting. I always think Tilda Swinton looks like a robot. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean, yeah.
She makes some really obnoxious films as well. I think.
Oh yeah, there's one about there's something wrong with. Oh, I can't remember his face now, but Kevin. Yeah, there's something wrong about Kevin.
I think that's supposed to be a good film, but I think I watched.
It is.
I watched one of her films, and it was like this weird documentary she made with like a long-time collaborator, and they were filming it themselves, and it was very odd, and I like turned it off like halfway through.
Sounds weird.
It was weird. Yeah, there's a bunch of like weird people here. There's Eleanor Lanier, who has just lots of outfits.
Stuff.
Like, literally look at pictures of her. It's just mental. Like, I don't know. Each their own, I suppose. we're a film podcast. We're not a fashion podcast. Although Luke would love to be that. With his Leeds United shirts.
I was going to say that there was me talk about the best dress on the Cannes Film Festival. I was wearing a Leeds United shirt. I'll tell you that for free.
Were you? Wow.
And some shorts. Yeah, I was repping Leeds in France.
Anyway, on that note, hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. It's been a bit of a short one, but I don't really
just a ramble. We just rambled.
Just a ramble about Cannes Film Festival. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe we'll have a guest on the next one. That's what we're planning.
I'm working.
You're working.
I'm working behind the strings. I've got strings. I've got.
You got the strings.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you were just working all next week. I'll be like, oh, okay.
No, I'm not working all next week. Well, I'm working some days next week, but not all next week.
I was supposed to be working from Wednesday till Sunday, but now I can't because. Anyway, it's a long story. I messed it up for myself. I've ruined my work. I have no money anymore. But yeah,
I cry every time.
Yeah, when I can't earn money. Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast, and yeah, bye.
Bye.